Good morning, everybody. My name is Mrs. Burgoyne, and I'm here to talk about the Graphic Communications course as A-level. And just to talk you through the slides that you're going to see online, basically, I'm going to talk about the course and basically the expectations that will be needed during it. So basically, graphic communication, you're going to be exploring and responding to different artists, designers, illustrators and typographers to experiment with a variety of media to develop your visual communication skills. So what is graphic communication? Now, graphic communication is everywhere, pretty much down to the packaging that your favourite food comes in, to perhaps the website where you purchased your clothes from, directions perhaps via a map, or even reading a book so you have the cover, and even signage. I can't stress how important graphic communication is for the way that we actually live. So within the course, you're going to be using visual communication and information to convey a message by a combination of illustration and or text. And this could be through advertising, web design, illustration, logo design, corporate identity, or branding. So how does the course work? So at the beginning of year 12, we're actually into an experimentation and skills development stage, and we're going to be doing that for about 5 months. So now some of this work can actually be entered as part of component 1 if relevant. But what we want to do is to actually free the shackles of GCSE and get you into a more explorative way of working. So learning how to answer a brief to create a range of work. And we're going to be using the theme of EAT to do this. And you're going to be experimenting with materials and looking and responding at different artists, designers and illustrators and areas of design, including the production methods. And it's really important to be open-minded and kind of embrace lots and lots of things that are going to be kind of flung at you. So just have that in mind when you actually start the course. Now, through the research and practical work, we're actually going to be starting your personal project in March 2021. So halfway through AS, basically, you actually start your component 1 A-level unit. And this personal investigation is a brief that you orchestrate. So you design it, you create what you want to do. So it's very personal to you. And this is worth 60% of your overall grade. It also includes a written report or written study of 1,000 words. So you choose your own brief, your personal project, and this forms component 1. In component 2, which is 40% of your overall grade, this is an externally set assignment, and you have preparation over 12 weeks, including a 15-hour exam. And this starts in February 2022. So what will you be doing? Now, you're actually going to be starting Contextual Studies Assessment Objective 1 as your summer project. And this is where you're going to be developing ideas or responses through investigations informed by artists. And we call this contextual. So you're going to be responding to artists, designers, typographers, illustrators and photographers. And you will be finding out particular areas that you would like to explore. You will have a choice. AO2, exploring and experimenting with different methods and media, you need to show your skill across a variety of different media, so not just the one that you feel comfortable with. And you'll have the opportunity at the beginning of AS to be able to do that without worry. Okay, so the experimentation side is something we are very heavily involved with at the beginning of the course. Now, AO3, recording ideas, observations and reflecting critically on work in progress. It's just a minimal amount of annotation, but observations could also be photography. They don't have to be physical drawings, and they don't have to be writing. So recording ideas and observations is an area that will help you develop. Presenting personal and meaningful responses, that is your whole course. So don't just think about doing perhaps final pieces. Whatever you do in terms of answering your brief throughout the course, that is what we call a personal response. Okay, so the whole of your project forms AO4 and how you proceed in answering that brief. So the project title is EAT, and for your summer project, we're going to be exploring artists and techniques. So before September, we'd like you to research and investigate 5 of the illustrators that interest you. Now, we have a range that are on these PowerPoints, but some people already have informed me that they would like to look at alternatives. That is perfectly fine, but we need at least 5 of the illustrators that interest you for you to actually respond to. So find out about the designers, photographers and illustrators, how they work, what inspires them, who they created the work for, and basically find out about their work. You know, did they answer a brief? Where have you seen their work? Collect research on each and respond to those that really interest you by creating response, your own response to their work. So you could be taking your own photograph and producing that. Is not just an artist's copy. So trying to create your own composition in that particular style. Display and present your work on A3 pages. If you've got a new sketchbook, that's fine, but on A3 pages if possible, and do 1 double-page spread for your research per artist or designer as an absolute minimum. There is no maximum, but please do have a holiday. So at least 5 double-page spreads with 5 really good responses. So we'd like to see at least 1 response per artist, and if you've worked from observation or from your photo, exploring the style and technique, please can you include those photographs as well. And to help you think of what you could actually do, each response could be reflecting one of the following terms: fresh, sweet, savoury, baked, homegrown, healthy, calorific, organic, tasty, or any of the options that you would like to come up with. And you'll be using this work as inspiration to get ready for your topic of EAT in September. So I'm just going to flick through these. These are Ivy Glick and Associates is actually a company that has books of illustrators that people will commission for particular projects. So Irina Roman is one of those illustrators from this particular organisation, and Louise Morgan. Have a look at the different types of illustration. Now, please, as I said, embrace trying to do things that you don't normally feel comfortable with, or even that you don't particularly like. This isn't what you like. This is about what is going to be ideal for your particular client if you were to take on a brief. So here we have some very stylized artwork. And for some of you through GCSE where you've been told not to stylize so much, this is probably going to be really refreshing for you, because you can actually use any particular style. Okay, so block printing. We'll be taking you through a lot of these techniques actually in September as well, so not to worry too much, but give things a go. And also try out some photography. Okay, we have photo realism here. And how to do your research. So these are just some questions that you can answer through your research. So have a look at these and just make sure that these are the kind of bullets that you're answering in your research. And to show you how to do research, Emma Dibban, she's an illustrator. She has her own website. So have a look at her website if you manage to actually get onto an illustrator's website, and to actually go through, and you can actually find out information that is actually quite important. So on this one, you can see that Emma Dibban clients include Waitrose. And these are some of the images that she actually used on some of the Waitrose packaging for food. Okay, so in September, you'll use this research to start your project, and it will lead you into your chosen brief, which I'm going to show you on the following page. But the first couple of weeks will be about exploration and experimentation. You need to be open to explore visual language skills using a variety of different media, and you'll need to be able to take your own photography, and we'll be taking you into Photoshop as well, so you'll be able to learn how to manipulate and improve studies and drawings to meet particular briefs. You'll also be responding to artists, designers and photographers. And there's also, even though I haven't touched on here, a strong emphasis on typography. So actually learning what looks very, very right. And in information graphics, typography is absolutely key. So these are just a range of example briefs, but you may decide to come up with something yourself. So if you have any further questions about the course, if you can call me, email me, Mrs. Burgoyne, and Mrs. Blake will also be your other teacher. The two of us will be taking you through the course. I hope you found this interesting. It's been very unusual for me, and I look forward to seeing you in September. Thank you.